I was trying to show the image of the cast because they already got a Vision and Hawk. What is it? Hawkeye, whatever. The original Vision. They in that movie with Don Cheadle, the Iron Wars movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was like, as far as we know, that's the next Vision update we gonna get, and they labeled it as MCU West Coast, which I thought was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, like I guess everything always happening in New York, but these guys, I guess they in California or whatever. But yeah, that I was trying to show. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it is what it is. But that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna end on a funny note, but if I can't screen share since it crashed, I don't even want to attempt to do it now.
Yeah, it's a
But
good week.
have you seen the La Opera is what they calling it?
No.
So I guess after one of the losses he had last week, LeBron James went to the media and said he need to start learning how to flop.
Yeah, I saw that garbage.
Yeah, so the internet quick with it. They quick with it, bro. You know what? I gotta do it. If it crash again, it's just gonna have to. But I gotta try it. This is about the funniest thing I think I ever seen in my life. Let's see if I can get it to work. I don't got no value. Oh man, I ain't got no value. The music make it funnier too, man. Oh man, it's so good. Yeah, it ain't working. Yeah, it's not working. Well, anyway.
I'm definitely. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the Twitterverse.
Oh, I got it.
Uh,
I just was
I'll
trying to
definitely.
show it to you on the podcast, but yeah, it's
I'm
brutal.
good. I feel good, man. We got some representation again, and then we invited our cousins over, and we had a good time. In the in Wakanda. So yeah, man, I was glad to be invited.
And you want to talk about a movie that I can't wait to watch again? Like how I left Thor, like I don't need to see that again. Like as good as that man was as the villain, I did not need to see that movie again. I'm like, but I want to watch this. Like, it's to the point where I almost think about going to the show to watch it again. Like maybe on one of them $5 Tuesday. Like I might do that.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while since I went. I want to say Endgame is the last time I went to the show to see a movie more than once. Because that first time I watched it, it was like I was nerding out on that. Like, so I know and I definitely did miss a whole lot of stuff. So like when I watched it the second time around, I was able to actually enjoy it more. But this one, it's like it was just really that good that I wouldn't mind going to see it again.
Gone.
Man, and the way, like, and no shade, like I know we talked about him, but in Baku during this movie, he was putting knowledge on Shuri, and she wasn't, and she was not listening to him.
He was the uncle that she never had. Well, she did, but
and that she needed, because he was like, yo, that man is a god to them. If we do that, we gonna be in an endless war with them until one of us don't exist no more. Like,
endless.
he like, we gonna be at war forever with them, because like, if you go through with this, they're not gonna stop.
That's what I said. What we up here? You think we'll have access to books?
Man, bro.
That's the second time we did that.
Yeah.
That's the second time we did that. That nigga said the first one, he said, one more word and we'll feed you to our children. So, we are vegetarian. That was so funny.
Bro, genius, man. Genius. Like, I mean, man, every time that character is on screen, he's doing some cool stuff, man. But this
him, Angela, Namor, even Shorty, even the broker. She came in and she was like, "Oh, she bugged the bracelet." Wait, she bugged the bracelet before you even got there.
Yep.
That's your wife, so she knew she already knew what type of. She
already knew what she was on. She already
knew you was gonna find it and you're gonna tuck it. Come on, bro.
Yep.
That's teamwork, bro. Listen, dog. That man, movie of the year, dog.
I mean,
and Angela Bassett definitely needs.
She needs
some hardware. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what Oscar. She needs some hardware.
Yeah, she needs hardware. And it's like, I hate to say supporting actress, because to me she felt like the lead actress. Even though she wasn't the Black Panther and she died halfway through the movie, it felt like she was the lead actress.
And bro, you can't watch that movie and don't feel like she commanded every minute she was, every moment she was in front of that screen. She didn't like, and I ain't even talking about words, dude. She we talk about like playing roles as queens. She showed a queen that I don't think anybody else can portray.
No. With the only other, like, we have a few. Thor's mama, nothing near her.
That was a different, but she was great because she was great. She was queen.
The best part of those movies too.
Yes,
I will agree that.
Yes.
But she wasn't. She was nowhere near Angela Bassett. Not even close.
You mentioned that, but like, nah, she was great though. She was great. She don't need no hardware for that though.
But she didn't. No. All I'm saying is we could compare the mamas of the MCU. We could compare them, because there's been some. I mean, everybody praising Aunt May for her performance in the Spider-Man movie. Nowhere near Angela Bassett. I didn't think it was that great.
Her best part was dying.
I mean, acting is acting, no matter what. So I
best part was her getting out the way.
Hey,
for me,
was the best. That was her best scene. That was the best scene in the movie.
To me, that's what you get, because you play. This is not Sandman, who's struggling with wanting to be a bad guy and a good guy. His only motivation was his daughter. But you messing with the Green Goblin, and you think like he was like you obviously you don't know no better.
Yeah.
But you thought you can save this man, and you convinced Spider-Man that you can save this guy, and you end up losing your life playing with this dude. Like, Green Goblin ain't nobody to play. When you see him, you either square up or you run away. You talking about saving Green Goblin? Electro, maybe. Doc Ock, you can save.
Yeah.
The alligator dude, you can save.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
No.
And that movie went exactly the way we
thought
it
was supposed to win. As it's supposed to win.
Yep.
Play you. That's the thing. That's the thing. What I liked about the Garfield Spider-Man too, because he told Gwen to stay away.
Yeah.
Like this is dangerous. You gotta don't go no further. Stay here with the cops in the cop cars. Let me take care of this over here. You didn't listen, and so he had to save you from falling, and he almost saved you, but he didn't say protect your neck.
Yeah.
And then your neck failed you because it was your fault. I don't. And he can cry. He can cry at a dime. He's good at that. But I'm not blaming him for that. That was Gwen's fault from the jump. He told you to stay back there.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I would love for them to go do Amazing Spider-Man. I would love to see that when he told them that he went dark and just I would have loved
Right,
to
I want to see that. I wanted to see that.
I wanted to see that so bad.
Because we saw it with Tom, because you lost your aunt.
Yeah.
And that was your fault too, because did he have a run in? He didn't have a run in with Goblin. That's because that's not his Goblin.
No,
he only had a run in with Vulture and Rhino.
Yeah, Vulture,
and
Rhino.
Electro. No. Electro is Garfield. Electro is Garfield.
No, he had a cameo from that little mechanized Rhino. He definitely.
Yeah, he had a cameo. He had a cameo. So Holland's villains was Vulture, the cameo with Rhino, and Mysterio.
Yeah. No.
So Garfield's is the alligator.
Yeah, lizard.
The lizard.
Electro. Shocker. You meant Shocker for the other. Shocker. Yeah. Electro for Garfield though.
Electro. Did Shocker show up? Shocker ain't show up yet. So it's just
Shocker showed up for the first Spider-Man.
When?
I could have sworn he did.
Oh, for Garfield? No.
No, not Garfield. Toby.
So Toby's
first movie was Goblin. The second movie, Green Goblin. Tobey Maguire's first movie was Green Goblin.
Second one was Doc Ock. Third one was Hobgoblin and Hobgoblin and Venom. So that was it.
And Sandman.
And Sandman. Yep. He had 4. And Garfield had Electro.
Lizard and Electro. That's all I remember.
Oh, Garfield only had?
Yeah, he only had 2 movies. He had Lizard in the first one and Electro in the second one. I don't know if he had somebody with Electro though. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I think it was just Electro.
Because I know it was Jamie Foxx Electro, and then at the end of that movie is when he fought Rhino.
Who? Garfield?
Garfield, yeah. It was like a post-credit scene.
Was it Tom? No, that wasn't Tom. Yeah, you're right.
That was Garfield.
Right. You're right.
And then the MCU one, he fought Mysterio. He fought Mysterio. He fought Vulture. And the
third one was
everybody else's villain. He didn't have a villain. He really didn't have a villain in the third one.
No, he didn't have a killer.
Nah.
Because Electro could be, he go to jail. He don't really kill nobody.
Yeah.
He messed around and got Toby's Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And he never met his Green Goblin yet.
No. He's still very much a neighborhood Spider-Man. Whereas that Tobey Maguire one was New York City Spider-Man.
You see the age of Toby. Toby's grown. He's an adult.
A grown man.
And that comes from fighting cats like Green Goblin. Experiencing the Green Goblin. Yeah, it takes a toll on him. Yeah, that dude is unsalvageable. You can't save him. If his son can't save him, nobody can save him.
Now thinking about it, I think that was such a perfect casting that they had to do this movie that way just so they could have him back as Green Goblin. Because it's like, who else would? How would you recast that character?
No, you can't. You not that dude. No, you can't. You talking about out?
He is and forever will be the perfect Green Goblin.
You got who can out act him?
Nobody. Because after that performance, everybody in the world wanted to see him play Joker. Everybody in the world wanted to see him play Joker. And I was like, he did Green Goblin so good that he needs to just be Green Goblin. Like, everybody don't need to be the Joker.
Because he's going to be a physical Joker. He's going to, like, throw hands with Batman. Yeah. He's going to kill Robin.
Yeah, that's the one that'll kill. Yep.
That's the one that's going to kill Robin. It's like, that's what they get for playing around with other people's villains. You don't play around with other people's villains, like, bro, like.
That's what they get for playing with other people.
Play around with other people's villains. This man came he's looking for Peter Parker, and he don't even know he found Peter Parker.
Give him 3. You give him 3 to kill.
You give him 3. You give him 3 to torture. Man,
he gonna torture every last one of them too, boy.
Every last one of them, bro.
Oh, man.
They had some experience with him. It's told. The other 2 ain't even experienced this dude yet.
Nope. Ain't got nowhere near him.
No, they never experienced this yet. They experiencing girlfriend issues. Like, Toby experienced that in the first movie, bro. Like, no, they still dealing with girl problems, man. He done been there and done that with the girl problems.
Yeah, Toby
funny.
Toby Spider-Man been through some things.
He's been through some. Nigga, he was holding back a moving train in the second movie. Bro, like, he has trauma. That nigga has trauma. Now, Garfield got trauma because he killed somebody. Well, he killed his love. He didn't kill her, but
he watched on his head.
Yeah, he definitely. Ooh, nigga, did you hear? I still hear it.
I hear it. Yeah, it sounds like
it. I'm like, ooh, that.
They made that sound. They made that sound echo.
Bruh, I still hear it, bro.
It's like you knew
that was her fault. I don't care. I feel no sympathy for her or her daddy. That's her fault. That's her fault. You should have stayed being a civilian.
Yeah.
This ain't the universe where you become a superhero. This ain't that one. You ain't Spider-Gwen. You were not Spider-Gwen, but well, you sure thought you were.
Man.
No. So Tom ain't got no trauma.
No.
Because Mary Jane could fend for herself a little bit.
Yeah.
And he just lost his mind.
He got Aunt May, but that was there. I mean, then I guess Tony Stark, but
I know there's some like relationship in there, but they didn't really show.
That hurt his feelings. But he ain't got trauma. Like he ain't got no trauma.
Oh wait, he was in the war. So there's some PTSD from that. He was in the war with Thanos. He was a part of that.
I mean, but he's so young that.
Did he go hand to hand with Thanos in that movie?
Yes, he did. Not in Endgame, but he definitely went in Infinity War. He definitely caught them hands from Thanos Infinity War.
Okay, so he got some bruises. I was gonna say he was in the war, but I'm like, if he didn't go hand in hand with Thanos, then that still don't equate to the amount of trauma Toby got dealing with Doc Ock.
And see, here's the kicker. Like, Toby ain't had no help.
Toby ain't had no help.
He ain't have no vision.
No help.
He ain't had a sidekick. He ain't had nothing.
If we talk about New York, so Doc Strange is in New York.
Yeah.
Iron Man is in New York. Daredevil's in New York. Luke Cage is in New York. Is Green Arrow? No, that's DC. Never mind.
No, that's DC.
Oh wait, X-Men. The X-Men is in New York.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Nobody came for
nobody.
Nobody was there.
Nobody.
Brooklyn? He's from Brooklyn?
Nah, he's from Yeah, no, he from Queens.
Queen.
Captain is from Brooklyn.
Who?
Captain America is from Brooklyn.
Who?
Captain America.
That's from the borough, the borough, the next borough down.
Yeah.
Captain.
Yeah.
Oh,
He ain't help either.
Oh, so where was Captain at when Toad was he frozen?
Guess so.
I'm pretty sure he would have been a lot of help.
I mean, Nick Fury ain't help either, and they worldwide.
Oh, Nick Fury didn't stop. So if Nick Fury was around, that means Black Widow was around and Hawkeye. So nobody came for Toad help.
Nah, nobody helped Toad.
That's crazy. That's also all that people.
If we believe that they existed in his universe.
Right. In his universe, yeah. In his universe, none of just him.
No, just him.
So all that trauma and PTSD, all he had to deal with all of that, huh?
I guess so.
I can see it all in his face.
Oh, in his face.
And he's still cool, calm, and collected with all that trauma.
Cause I mean, it's crazy to think about now, but if you go back to that scene where Ned opened the portals and introduced him, he was the one that was unfazed by it. And you only unfazed if you been through some stuff.
Been through some stuff.
He walked in there like, yeah.
At the At the end of the movie, he got stabbed.
Yep.
And he survived that. Like
he didn't even like acknowledge. Don't worry about me. He was like, yeah, I got stabbed, but I mean, I expected him to do that. His goal was to stop you from turning into that.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, if you turn into that, you're gonna be an even bigger problem than that.
Right. You bigger problem than that. That's what you call PTSD.
But he also ain't have an issue with letting the motherfucker die either. He let Green Goblin die. He was like, yeah, buddy, you ain't ain't no rehab of you. We finna let you go.
Right back.
Yep.
Are you calling?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I think that's the only thing I'll give them credit for is, and I think the previous movies had something to do with it. Might have been a slight show of growth in superhero movies, just like superheroes making mistakes and having to live with the consequences. Because, Dr. Strange told you to especially if they died in their universe, that's what it's supposed to be. And you're like, nah, we gotta save them. That's right, like, nah, that would disrupt the timeline and all that stuff. But and then and if Toad don't mind you killing off his Green Goblin, that says a lot about Green Goblin.
Yep. That's definitely but it was so I guess that's where the youth of him worked to the movie's advantage, because he was just doing stupid kid, like, come on, you a dumb, like, and as moviegoers, we already know that Green Goblin a problem. It was set up for him to. It was like, oh man, come on, man.
Bruh, your spider senses went off and he didn't even do nothing yet.
That's what's crazy.
You was tweaking and you didn't even, and nothing happened yet.
Yep.
And he was on the way to do something, but like, you're like, where's this coming from? And then it's like, you just notice he's just looking strange. Like, yeah, nigga, yeah, it's me. Yeah, of course it's me. Of course it's me.
That's wild, man. And it's like I said, man, we got some hitters in it, but I don't think we ever had a deranged character yet like Green Goblin. Like, he's deranged. There's no hope for rehabilitation with that guy.
No.
And I'm not convinced that he rehabilitated him. I think he just stopped it for the time being.
Who rehabilitated?
I'm talking about that. The at the end they gave him that injection that I guess was supposed to. That stuff ain't work.
That worked for That
until
worked
he
for
got
Doc
back
Ock.
to his universe.
Yeah. And you know, that worked with Doc Ock because Doc Ock was already on the fence with stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm trying to. Osborne is gone. He's too far gone.
Yeah.
He's
And
was
that's
gone.
evident because it worked with his son did the same thing. He
Yep.
rehabilitated his son, and his son was still hearing Osborne.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
why I know that thing didn't work. It just
No,
worked to end that movie.
that's the war off when he went back in his timeline because that stuff never existed over there.
Yep. That's
And you still lost.
yep. And you lost everything. That
Everything
now this Peter
because you
Parker
didn't
got
listen. Because you didn't listen.
yep.
You
And
didn't listen.
now he got trauma because he ain't got nobody.
No,
And
and all of them got trauma. They don't even know it.
yep.
They don't even know it. She got scars on her face. She don't even know where it came from. Because he wouldn't listen.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's
Yep.
wild.
Yep. That's beautiful. That's what you get. That's what you get. All them niggas. Well, Tobe didn't have a that's what you get moment.
No, Toby was trying to help him. But he wouldn't listen to Toby either.
Yeah, Green Goblin wouldn't listen to Tobe. He killed him in this last time. Yeah,
Yeah, so
he got stabbed by him. He stabbed his glider stabbed him. Yeah. So the other two, no. Garfield was concerned. Garfield was pretty smart too. But Gwen
Garfield
was
was he probably one of the smartest ones, but
yes.
he was just geeked to be there.
Yeah,
You
for
could tell
sure.
he was just happy to be there. Like, man,
Yeah,
look,
for sure.
I had enough trauma. I'm over my trauma. I'm just
Nigga,
trying to
I had real life trauma.
he was trying to move forward in his life. That's why when he saved Mary Jane, or MJ, brother, because she ain't Mary Jane. He saved
Yeah.
her. He was getting ready to cry. He was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god!" She was like, "You
Yep.
okay?"
Yep.
That was so funny. She was like, "You okay?"
Trauma. That's just trauma. That's all that was.
He definitely had a flashback.
He had a flashback, bro.
He,
Not this time. Not this time. Not
nope.
this time.
Oh, that's just wild, man. That's so wild.
Yeah.
Oh man. I wonder if because what you said, because if I'm not mistaken, all of his friends, including him, got snapped out of existence.
Oh, did they?
Because they was all in the same grade when he came back. So that's my only assumption. Like the only one that didn't get snapped was Flash, I believe. Or no,
Really?
I don't know. I just know that they
I
were.
didn't see the second one. I didn't see the one with him with Mysterio. I didn't see that one.
He was in that with Mysterio. They was all on that
Who?
field.
Yeah, but I didn't see that movie. So when did the snap happen? After that movie?
Yeah, the snap
In
happened.
between the second and the third?
No. The snap
The snap
happened.
happened before the second movie?
No, after the first movie is when the snap happened. The
The
second
snap
movie
happened after
happened
the
when
first,
they came
before the
back.
second. In
Yeah,
between the first and second.
the
Okay,
second
so that's
movie is when they came back.
okay. See, I didn't see the second one. So I don't know how that them coming back, how that looked, what that was like. I did not see that one. Even if did they expound on that in the second one?
All they showed was that like the year, what was it, 5 years? and whatever grade they were in, they had to restart that grade.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, so it was like freshmen, like it, which didn't make sense because it was like freshmen was seniors, but it's supposed to be 5 years, but that's how they worded it. They was like, my younger brother is now my older brother type thing. Like, cause some people was like, that's how they explained it. They was like, I came back and my younger brother is older than me and taller than me. And cause some of them siblings didn't get snapped out or whatever. So
Right.
and then but because of that had happened, they were all in the same grade before the snap, and they were all in the same grade after the snap. So that's why I assumed they all got snapped, because it was
Right.
like how the only one that was still there was Flash. He didn't get snapped because he was older, like he was like really older than them. But they kind of retcon, like they kind of took it back in the third movie because he was trying to get in college with them, so it didn't make sense. It's like, but I think it was because he was pretending like he didn't get snapped. I think that's what Flash was doing. He was like acting like he didn't get snapped, but in reality he actually did get snapped. Okay. So I think that's what that was, but I don't know. But it's just like I don't think there's a Gwen Stacy in the MCU universe, and you would think that they would try to add the Spider Gwen in character in there, and it's like, how would you do that if you don't use?
Was Gwen and Mary Jane ever in the same timeline?
In the comics and in the animated TV show, yes. But
as love interest,
I think Spider-Man used to bounce back and forth on that cartoon, on the 90s cartoon.
I remember Mary Jane. I remember Black Cat.
Yep.
And then Mary Jane got on some superhero stuff for a little bit, but I don't remember Gwen.
Yeah, but she wasn't Spider Gwen. She was just Gwen.
No. I know. Spider Gwen is a new everything. That's like recent. Like that's 2018 recently. Yeah.
But yeah. And actually, and then and they turned that into a Miles love interest now. But
yeah. Gwen Stacy Miles. Yeah.
But yeah, they that Peter Parker definitely was bouncing between her, Black Cat, the other. Wait, who was the one that was in love with Morbius? Was that Gwen Stacy too?
Morbius?
Yeah.
No, that was another. That was a doctor, right?
That's what I thought, but I don't remember it. I don't remember it. But I know he was messing with her too. So that Spider-Man messed with a whole bunch of women. Because I remember at one point in time, I was talking to Tasha and we was having this debate about who was the bigger whore between Spider-Man and Bruce Wayne. Because we was like,
we know who Bruce's are. It's Selena Kyle, it's Talia al Ghul,
and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I was like, all the other ones was for show. He just went out on dates with them women. He ain't messed around with them. He didn't sleep with them because he was Batman at night. I'm like, he probably ain't never seen women after
he messed with people that worked the same shift as he did.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was all.
Spider-Man was actually in love with like 8 different
Mary
women.
But he always went back to Mary Jane after.
He definitely always went back to Mary Jane. That's definitely true. But I mean, he messed with a whole bunch of women in the cartoons and in the comics. Now in the movies, it was just Mary Jane.
It was just Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy. Mary Jane for Toad, Gwen Stacy for Garfield, and Tom Holland has this emo biracial. Her name ain't even Mary. Is it Mary? It's not even Mary, is it?
It's not even Mary.
It's something Jones. It's MJ.
It's MJ, but her name ain't Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, yeah. So, I mean, and that was cool when she was like
the black chick from, I guess she mixed too. The Vulture.
Yeah, she's biracial. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't even know her name, but I know she wasn't like a comic book person.
Nah, I think that was just a movie character.
Yeah, that was just a movie thing. So, like, but adds on to the Spider-Man list, whereas, I mean, obviously he probably.
He ain't gonna. They already established him and Mary Jane, and unless they do something different, like we'll see.
I mean, she forgot who he was. So do he move on or do he go back? So
that's a good question. So are they gonna? So who are they gonna bring into the universe if they're not going to have him try to pursue Mary Jane? Is
'Cause
this
all I
this what
know
they
is
hit
we
the
getting
win
three
in?
more.
Huh?
That's all I know. We getting three more Spider-Man movies.
Oh Jesus
Yep.
Christ!
You getting the fourth, fifth, and sixth movie. So
I'm not watching that one on.
you getting
I'll
another
wait.
trilogy, and I don't know
Mhm.
what it's gonna be about. I thought his story was over with, to be honest. I thought it was over with, but apparently it is not. So
So so what we gonna do? So we gonna find a goblin in his universe or something like?
I would.
No.
I mean, as much as I love now with Goblin, they can definitely pull it off because they can go Hobgoblin instead of Green Goblin.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
they wanted to go that route, and
Yeah,
then because you not finna replace this man, you just not. I don't. If you unless you bring him back, like that's the only way I'm allow it. Like you gotta just bring him back. Like you look, man, you was too perfect. Like just come back. And then he'll
might
have
as
the
well.
knowledge of fighting him the first time and be like, yeah, I ain't messing with you. I know what you are.
I mean, he almost killed him. So you got that. So he's not gonna hold back when he see him, and that'll be
Exactly.
interesting.
That could be an interesting story for a movie, but
Yeah, because he got a body on you. He killed your auntie. So
even if it ain't technically that one, that the character in
right,
itself,
but your auntie gone, and
because
this
of
and
that
this
character,
and this nigga's fall from a different
universe.
universe. He's here.
Right. I don't know, man. It's weird because it's like, who else do they got to pull from?
I mean, as far as the main villains, you got Doc Ock.
You got
Uh,
Kingpin, you got Doc, but you got Kingpin gonna probably be in Daredevil. So it's like, are you gonna use him?
New York. I guess. That ain't even my problem because I'm not gonna see that garbage. I'm not gonna see it.
I already know. But when I
Man.
saw it, I was like, man, that's gonna be a tough sell, even for me, because you sold me on the third one because you put Doctor Strange in it,
Right,
but he wasn't in the movie. So now I don't even trust you no more.
right,
Because
right.
if you whoever you put in this movie with Spider-Man, I'm gonna be like, are they really in the movie, or is this another Doctor Strange situation where you market them in the movie, but they ain't really in the movie? Because I'm telling
Man,
you, I don't know how many hours that movie was, but Doctor Strange was in that movie for about 15 minutes. he was
I
he
think the
was even
Goblin.
worse. He was even less of a cameo than what we was talking about earlier with I forgot.
Because
I
we ain't
just
even see him. We ain't even see him get the lizard.
nope, we didn't
We
see
didn't
that.
see that. I would have loved to see that.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, that was terrible. That was a terrible.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah,
marketing ploy,
yeah.
and they got me because that was like, ooh, I get to see more Doctor Strange. I get to,
Right.
and I went, and that's why I stand by my terrible review of that movie because they teased me, and I did not get what I wanted. I got a tease of what I wanted.
Huh?
The fact that they even played with the multiverse and not use him. Like, how you trap this man in the mirror dimension for the whole movie? That don't even make sense. Doctor Strange.
But this there was Tom Holland he's the heartthrob for the little girls. So they want to give him as much screen time as man, listen, the Spider-Man, this Spider-Man ain't for us. It's for the kids, man.
It was for me. And like I said, I stand by my first couple. That man is the perfect casting as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. They did perfect. But that last movie definitely made me mad. Like
Yeah.
with all the love that they gave him, especially with the villain, like he didn't even have a villain. That's how messed up that movie was. Like
Yep.
if you really think about it. Like it
Yep.
was just a sequel to the other two Spider-Man movies.
Sequel to the first one. Or like a rebooting or because if because Goblin's dead in Tobe's
Exactly.
universe. So they revived this nigga and brought him over here to Tom Holland, and Tom couldn't handle that nigga.
Right. And clearly the Spider-Man that they got already dealt with these villains before. So they like, it was kind of off-putting to them, like, oh man, we got to deal with him again. He
Yeah,
already dead.
should have been.
Like, yeah, so, yeah. Wait a minute.
Should have been.
He killed a lizard, did he?
I think he was the first to go back.
No, I'm saying the Garfield didn't kill none of his villains.
No, no. I think because Garfield,
He
he
didn't kill
he reversed that with the lizard.
Yeah,
Because he came back human at the end.
right, and he didn't kill Jamie Foxx Electro either.
No, same thing. He did. He helped him out. Yeah.
So the only person that killed somebody was Toby. That's the only person. Yeah, the more you think about it, yeah.
The only person. I mean, if you want to put Gwen's body on Electro and Garfield, then I guess
yeah,
because Electro topped her or whatever. But but villain, nah, yeah, it's just Tobes.
hey, Toby.
So we talk. So look at the quality of and the serious and the stakes in these three Spider-Man. Like the only one that had really high stakes, and it was like believable stakes. Like niggas could die over here was told. Everybody else was like, yeah, he might die, but we ain't gonna kill him.
His Doc Ock, because he killed his Doc Ock too. Now thinking about it, or
I think he did.
Doc Ock die.
Yeah,
because when he actually got him to realize what he was doing, he sacrificed himself for the city because he was going to destroy the whole city. So
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
they ain't neither one of them.
Told was Sandman and Venom. The only ones he didn't kill.
No. And the nigga Venom told you he liked being bad.
Yep.
Yeah. Nigga, he liked this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, for sure. That's it. That's why Toad has the trauma. These niggas, they got PTSD, man.
Oh man, that is fire.
The levels, the PTSD ain't even the same, bro. We ain't even talking about the same thing.
It ain't. And he can't even take credit for what, like you say, it was his fault. But if anything, it made Toby even get worse because it's like, oh man, he reliving it.
Yes. You telling me that this Doctor Strange that lives in New York somehow in this universe just like brought back Mr. Osborn?
Yep.
We gotta do this again? Wait. Tobe already met him? Oh, really? He already met him? He already wait. The Goblin's already here? He got here before me? So he already wreaked havoc on the universe already.
Right.
I'm late to the party, and now I gotta go find Tom Holland, who's on top of the buildings, at the top of the Empire State Building, crying because he didn't experience Green Goblin, and now he needs some support because of Green Goblin.
And he grieving now. I gotta help him out, but I'm being re-traumatized because I'm seeing myself in him because we both Peter Parker.
Because we gotta see him again. We gotta stop this man again. That's crazy. Like what y'all doing over here? Y'all call Electro, Doc Ock, Sandman,
yeah,
and the Goblin. What y'all doing over here? Trauma on top of trauma.
Man,
this nigga tried to save all of them, and they beat the stew out this nigga. Like, bro, like, what was you thinking?
I mean, the saddest part is that this happened after Endgame.
Right.
And this is like you just dealt with a person that you can't reason with.
Yeah, right.
You couldn't reason with Thanos, and now you thinking you could reason. And not only that, you couldn't reason with Vulture. Not only that, you couldn't reason with Mysterio. You know
He
that
just snitched on
with
you.
these people.
Yeah, and Mysterio just snitched on you.
Just did it.
He just tricked you into saying some stuff that he recorded and twisted it and made you the murderer.
Yep.
So you out your league with these villains.
Out of your league.
This is not school. This is real life.
Yeah.
You couldn't even handle your own villains. At least Toad was out of high school when he got his powers.
Yeah.
You in high school and you trying to handle some grown men? Mm-hmm. You ain't even met Jonah Jameson yet, have you?
Nope. Nope. He didn't meet him until that movie.
You ain't even meet Jonah Jameson. You gotta deal. You ain't dealt with Jonah. Wait.
He ain't dealt with Jonah.
You ain't even dealt with Jonah Jameson yet, the person that you can't kill if you wanted to.
Yep.
You gotta sit there and take that from Jonah. Yeah.
That's the only good thing. Speaking of, because they definitely didn't recast Jonah. So,
no, they didn't.
So
just brought him on.
That's looking up if they are going to do.
Who else going to do that better? Who else going to do that better than him?
They wasn't. And Marvel, you ain't gonna find another better Goblin.
No.
Might as well go back to that well.
You ain't gonna find a better Jonah Jameson, and you ain't gonna find a better Goblin, dog.
You're not. You can definitely make another movie with Goblin too, boy. I'm for
it.
Yes,
you can.
Now, if you want me to go watch Spider-Man 4, let him be the villain. Matter of fact, he could be the villain in every last.
Because I know when you see him, it's on.
It's on.
Ain't no talking.
It ain't
no talking. I know it ain't gonna be no talking. If there's talking, then the movie's bad. Because what are we talking for?
Nope.
Boy, I already lost everybody. I don't have nobody. And you took the last person I had.
Yep.
Why are we talking? First of all, why are you here in this universe?
Yep.
Yeah, nah.
Because I mean, let's be honest, they exist. They just ain't reemerged. They ain't emerged yet.
They just ain't emerged yet, yeah.
So it's like if he were to somehow, even though I know technically he said, "Oh, there's no Osborn building in this universe," that don't mean that just mean that they slow to fame. That's all that means. That's how I took it. It don't mean that they don't exist. It just means he ain't filthy rich yet. But he become filthy.
And you was gone for 5 years. Yeah. And when you come back, you're just focusing on going to MIT. So you don't know who didn't emerge in the tech world yet.
Yep. Somebody owns Avengers Tower because it ain't Tony Stark no more.
Yeah, you ain't even met his son. So when you meet, what's his son name?
Harry Osborn.
Right. When you meet Harry, then you know his dad is around the corner.
Yep.
Struggling with bipolar.
You didn't even meet Harry until college.
You ain't meet Harry yet. No, you're right. You ain't even met Harry yet.
Yep. He ain't in college yet, so.
Right. And his dad is somewhere dealing with mental illness.
Mm-mm.
He just one thing away from snapping.
Ooh, that's your next movie, Marvel. I'm telling you, I'm FOMO Goblin.
Or his dad disappeared and he came back 5 years later too, and he ain't well. He ain't been well since he got back.
That's true. That could definitely work.
Yeah. Everybody don't turn into heroes from the blip.
No.
No. Everybody don't turn into heroes. Some people that was already crazy before they was. Somebody that was already crazy before they blip come back, and you lost 5 years of your life.
Yeah,
or the world that moved on from you 5 years ahead of you, and
I was,
like,
yeah, Joe. Like that's crazy to me to think about. It's 5 years. You done remarried somebody, and then your wife just popped back. Like,
right, like, was like, what was I supposed to do? You disappeared for 5 years, yeah, yeah.
that's crazy. That is a
Mm-hmm.
crazy concept. And
Yeah.
then in this universe, it's even worse because you don't know who's real, who's a scroll, who
Yep.
like
So
you got people.
we ain't got to the scrolls yet. We ain't got to the
That's
scrolls yet.
another issue.
5 years, some of the Earth's mightiest heroes is disappeared, and others are dealing with depression because they lost, and some of them gained weight because he didn't should have went for the head and didn't, like a big goofy, and the other guy looking for Gomorrah somewhere.
But if you
And
want to talk about real trauma, that was real trauma.
what?
Thor.
Yeah, that obviously, yeah.
He was going to torture Thanos, and Thanos is like, "What you thought? You ain't finna torture me."
You should have went for the head, stupid. You, you
But
think you
he
hit me in the chest?
torture him.
A stab to the chest ain't gonna knock out the function of my arms. But
Exactly.
if you take my head off, uh, yeah.
But I'm just saying, like
But he deserved that depression because he was stupid.
he was.
That should have been the end of his stupid arc, though. That should have slapped him into some sense.
Now, if you speaking of stupid, we still got one more stupid person to deal with, and that is the Guardians leader, Quill, because he by far did the stupidest thing. I mean, they
He's
had
always stupid. He was always stupid.
but yes, he was always stupid.
This was stupid.
But you had the glove on. Like, all you had to do is take the glove off first, and then slap him upside the head.
What would you what you wanted to fight? You wanted to fight. So one of the strongest Avengers, Hulk, went one-on-one with this dude and got flexed.
Two piece.
So what you thought you was finna do?
He thought and you ain't even half God no more because you killed your daddy.
Let's say he is still half God. He never tapped into that foolishness. So what you was gonna do?
That's true. He did. He definitely
did. And you have God. So what? Thanos is half eternal.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? What was you planning on doing?
It was his Gamora, man.
So the power of love made you think you can square up with a mad titan. I would have loved to have let them. But this would have been a ghetto script though. It was like I would have been like, wait a minute, wait, here, take the glove for a second. Like what? What you want to do? Because first of all, you mad? That's my daughter, nigga. What do you really want to do? What are you talking about? That's my daughter. Why are you stepping to me about my daughter? I'm just as mad that I had to do what I had to do, just as mad as you looking for. So, like, the odds was never in this nigga favor.
Never.
Nothing. No, nothing. That was like, okay, you loved her. I guess y'all fell in love somewhere in between the movies or whatever. And so now, like, you can't live without her. I mean, typical movie superhero stuff, yeah, sure. But half of the known universe was on the line. Including Gomorrah.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Some people don't deserve to be superheroes.
They don't. And it's funny how a lot of them is in this MCU.
Yeah.
Like, the old heroes we cool with. Like we cool with the old Spider-Mans. We cool. Like we cool with them. But these new cats, they be doing some dumb stuff.
Iron Man always had Pepper.
Yep.
Captain America always had Agent Carter.
Yep.
But none of that, like, They were, but then they not.
Hulk was the only one that was. He had a couple, but the Natasha thing was the one that
they wasn't finna risk nothing because they knew what the stuff that was at stake. Like they could handle that later. This nigga, like, where's Gamora? What? Why we asking about Gamora, nigga? Where's these stones at?
Right.
She told you if she get captured, kill her. You thought she was playing when she said that?
Man, that movie.
She rather you kill her than him killing her.
Exactly.
Because she obviously she knew somebody was going. Somebody gets involved with Thanos, somebody's gonna die. She already knew that. You didn't, but you so.
And not only that, it was like, I mean, I guess subconsciously she knew that even though she didn't know that if it were come the case, because she obviously been there, so she knew the only way you get the soul is for a soul.
Yeah, she's knowledge. I'm either he taught her or she knew about it from the jump. Yeah, she knows about those stones and what's necessary. Quill obviously didn't know.
And it was like the thing that shocked her is that Thanos actually cared about her.
Yeah,
she didn't think that was the case, but she knew that that's what it took to get it. Because that's the reason why she didn't bring it back. She didn't bring it back because she didn't have no way to obtain it.
Yeah,
that was the problem. So it was like
that's why he came for it. He didn't just come for the stone.
Yep.
He came because he knew what was necessary too. Yeah, he had to go get Gamora too.
That's man.
I think she knew that. That's why she said what she said.
That's what makes it. It's just that when the part actually happened, it made it look like she didn't know, but it was just like it made
it
sense.
Right it was right there. She knew.
Yeah, she knew.
She said what she said. Like, if I get caught, obviously, because she explained to everybody about what he planned to do with the glove. It's like with a finger he could. That's his plan. So she knew about. So she knew about the gauntlet. She knew about the stones.
Yep.
So she knew one of the stones required something, but she probably knew that there was some love. Well, not from her, but
see, my thing is this: if she knew where it was located, that means she went there, and the fact that she went there, that means she ran into Red Skull, which means he basically told her like, you got to trade a soul for a soul, and she was like, well, I ain't got no souls to trade for.
She had one, but she ain't willing to trade for it.
Exactly.
She love her crew, but she ain't finna trade Quill for the soul now.
No, so
anybody that crazy that would trade a soul for a soul. At least they thought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he wasn't crazy. He's just mad. He's a mad. Like,
and just thinking about it, it's like, how did Captain America return that stone? Like, did he just put it back? Like, what'd he do when he got back there? Like,
that would have been dope to see too. What like, that situation was like. If he brought it back, why didn't they come back?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, that don't make sense to me. But hey, beyond my pay grade.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, this is good. This was therapeutic.
Like the MCU's phase ended, we getting all our emotions of this.
Yeah, sure. Because we
ride with these people.
Black Panther was a great ending to this phase because this phase was tough.
It was.
It was tough.
It was very
tough. They had a lot of potential, and they really didn't reach it until.
I mean, this basically was the after effects of the war with Thanos. All these movies dealt with that
after Thanos, yeah.
After Thanos, and it's like even this one, dealt with. So it was like, now I'm hoping this means we can move forward. We got Thanos still in our minds, but we can move forward because we being introduced in the very first movie to the new Thanos, which we finna stop saying that because we're gonna put some respect on this man's name because he
I think after
Thanos.
I think after Ant-Man, you gonna
multiple times.
Yeah. I think after this movie,
a multiverse killer. Man, he ain't killed just one Iron Man. He killed a couple of them. So
killed a couple of them.
It's hey man,
and
I'm ready, man.
Probably made him mad too. He just not a Titan.
And it's like it's so crazy to think he's being introduced in the very first movie, and we know he's the villain at the very end of this phase.
Yeah.
So it's like, he not finna die,
right?
Or they not finna defeat him in this movie. So how is this movie finna go? That is so that.
I think the ending is gonna be like the end because I didn't like the ending of Black Panther where it's just like it just ended after she burns the thing or whatever. I guess I can see like the beginning, she kind of like agrees with everything or whatever. Huh? He yielded.
So
that was I had no problem with the end of the climax of the I think to me I call it a truce. They made a truce.
Yeah.
But after when she went and did the little ceremony that she refused to do with her mom or whatever, and then it just ended. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that one. At least that ending, I don't know how I feel about that ending. But it to me, it kind of feels like she comes to grips with. I mean, I guess she kind of frees herself from blaming herself for not making it in time.
Yeah, that's how I took it, because the way I can say it is like she blamed her. It wasn't her fault, it was Killmonger's fault, but she blamed herself for not being able to figure out figure it out
in time. Yeah
like in time to save him, and in turn that ended up making her mother die, because if she could have created it, she could have probably prevented her mother's death, because they would have been a Black Panther. So like the whole point of it, Wakanda ain't got no protector. She felt it was her fault because she couldn't figure that out. And then but after her brother died, she didn't even try to figure it out after that. So I guess she could be blaming herself for doing that too. So like it was a lot of I'm blaming myself. And so like I said, I was happy that the mid-credit scene was an extension of that scene, which basically that's when the son and the old girl walked up and told her about her son. So I mean, it was, and like I said, I knew that the mother knew, because that's what she was trying to tell her on that beach. And that's what kind of threw me off, because I was like, man, I was expecting the post-credit scenes to be, let's set the future up. But when they never answered that question, I was like, they finna go back. It's gonna have something to do with whatever her mother was trying to tell her. And then that's what the mother was trying to tell her. Her mom was trying to tell her that she got a nephew out there, because she definitely knew of the child, because she the reason why she was there.
Yeah.
So because she didn't have no issues finding the kid. She went straight to her, like you say.
Straight to the kid, yeah.
She knew exactly what she was. And it was like, and then they had that discussion of why you wasn't there for the funeral. She's like, you know why? And it was like, oh, they hiding something. I don't know what they was hiding. I didn't think.
I didn't even pay attention. I just figured like he had to find her in the first one, and so The mission was over. They did their little thing, and she went back doing.
I read in between them lines. I'm like, they hiding something. I don't know what it was they was hiding, but they was hiding something. But like I said, we didn't see her at all from the first Black Panther movie happened, and then we didn't see her since then.
Yeah.
So
I just she just went back and she did what she did what she did.
But obviously he planned something because he knew he was finna go to war with Thanos. He like, I might not make it. He like, but y'all not ready. You pregnant and y'all not ready. And if he's born with it and I'm dead, I don't want him here. Like he can't handle that. So he'll like, and you wouldn't be able to handle it. So hey, he clearly set that up. So, or they finagled their way into it.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely they pulled a rabbit out. Like but it made sense. The only thing, I don't care how they got there, as long as it make sense, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I haven't seen. That's what I wanted from. It didn't have to be that long, but that's what I wanted from Doctor Strange. That's what I wanted. What Doctor Strange was, to me, Doctor Strange was the second best movie. America Chavez really didn't. She was like, Riri, they really wasn't necessary. They could have had a cameo.
Interesting, because if He Who Remains, like, why is she the only person of any timeline?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Like, they never expanded on it. You think that would be something that He Who Remains would have been concerned about? Like, why is she the only one that exists?
What was the one the ancient one said? She was like, she's a constant, or I don't even remember what the ancient one said about those, like the inevitable stuff that don't change. Like Doctor Strange wanted to stop. What was her girl? What is his girlfriend name? Amy or something like that, from dying? Yeah. No, that was from What If. That was from What If. Yeah. The episode of What If, he was trying to stop her from dying, but that was like inevitable. It's like all the universes, she died. So it's like you can't change that. So I guess America Chavez is like the living embodiment of that. It's like she's just the only one born that way. I don't know. Maybe because it was her powers. It's like she's the only one that can, because of what her power was. She had to be. It had to be just.
I just think that's. I agree with what you said.
Should have been expounded on. Yeah.
She did not bring anything to that movie outside a reason for him to do
travel. And they went to like multiverse of madness. In Miami, like they skipped through different multiverses, but they only was like in like 2 or 3.
Yeah, they was only in 3. I
don't think that's mad.
Though they was in the one with the Illuminati, and
right?
Then the one with the evil Doctor Strange. That was the only 2 that they was actually.
That ain't even 3. That's 2.
But I mean, if you not, unless you count the one like
if you count his. But all the stuff that they scrolled, that they jumped through, was like, oh, okay, like. But yeah, I think. But then he didn't really have a villain. Well, I guess now Wanda did a thing, so she didn't have to. And we understood her.
Wanda was the villain in that movie.
Yeah, she was not an anti-hero.
She was not at all. She was murking. That was probably the surprise to me in this phase, because I didn't expect her to get that vicious, but it made sense. You gonna talk about trauma? Talk about trauma.
You took everything from me. I don't even know.
Brought it back and took it away again.
Right. Talk about you. That was traumatic, bro.
She killed her man. You brought him back and killed him right in front. So she watched him die twice in less than 5 minutes.
And she turned around,
and then he got snapped out of existence.
Brought him back, put him in this house in this little small town, and just like everybody is just
Your prisoner,
blocked off,
basically.
blocked off from the rest of civilization. Everybody's in this little time loop with dead bodies. You causing your own trauma.
Yep.
You making babies with dead bodies. Oh, that's necrophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's what she was tapping into. She got a hold of that dark hold, and she was trying to recreate her life.
That's what it should have been called. It should have been Doctor Strange and the Dark Hold, because it wasn't Multiverse of Madness. It was more like Dark Hold, because he got a hold of that book too, and did some stuff too. So it should have been called the Dark Hold. But we can talk about that. We gotta go. I gotta go to bed. I got work in the morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we just
What's the time on this joint?
I don't know, because between the stoppage of the last one, I don't know. This one is short, but hey, look, man. Next week we probably gonna have to record on Monday.
Oh, that's fine.
Because I'm going to the Bears game in Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be a worth a trip.
Hopefully it will be.
Come home with a W.
Hopefully it will be.
How long is the drive to Atlanta?
Huh?
How long is the drive to Atlanta?
I ain't flying. I ain't driving.
How long is the flight to Atlanta?
About an hour.
Stop playing, real?
About an hour and a half, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, they in a different time zone, so it's like when you get there, it's already it's 10 o'clock there. So if you leave in an hour, I'll get there technically at midnight. If I leave that, that's just how time zones work. But anyway, yeah. But I think I got a layover that's gonna make the trip last a little longer. But
okay.
But other than that, like, yeah. So I'll be coming back Sunday night. So yeah, we'll be able to talk Monday. But
that's cool. Monday.
Yeah.
They still got Cordero Patterson over there.
Yeah, it's going. Hey, I'm just happy I got a Justin Fields jersey, because if I would have got a Roquan Swift jersey, I'd been mad. They traded him.
Oh, right. All right, then. That being said, thank y'all for checking it out. Was chopping it up with us. Man, good. I feel like it was a great episode, man. Until then, man, until we see you Monday, God bless, and we will see you next week.
Yes, sir.